Hello, everybody. I am back. Today is Self Worth Saturday. I was just with you guys last night and we talked about who are we finding ourselves and the makings of you. And like I promised, I am back on today. Last night I wasn't feeling good at all. I had the flu and I still feel a little bit of it, but I've been allowing myself to rest and just kind of let my body heal itself. So as you can see, I'm in a better mood. My eyes look so much better. Um, like I said, I'm here. This just after being sick or whatever. I'm on here. I'm gonna continue to be here because I have to be here for you guys. Um, check out my head, child. Boy, bye. Yes, boy, bye. But anyway, yeah, I'm here and we're gonna talk about self worth today. Today is Self Worth Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday Testimony, and we're gonna keep it moving. I like to say good afternoon to everybody. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's so beautiful outside. I'm using my laptop. It's not the best quality, but it's really not about the quality. It's about getting the point across and reaching the people that I want to reach. I am here. I'm going to put my time in. I'm going to be here to serve you. Um, so talking about self-worth, um, if you didn't watch the video yesterday, please go back and watch each video and like, comment, and subscribe. And please do that. Be part of the movement. If you have any questions, you put your questions down at the bottom. You can send me a message. You also can go to Tammy Once in a Lifetime Lady Bland on YouTube, and you can also send me messages on YouTube. And yeah, I just want to know your feedback. And like I said, positive vibes, energy over here. If you truly want to hear from somebody who has been through a lot, and has been a survivor of a lot of things, and are willing to offer the help that I'm offering. Some, like I said, and I will always say, some things will be repetitive in my videos because most of the things that I talk about, they are in connection to um, the prior thing that I talked about. So um, I hope you all did your homework because I did give you homework and I do remember. So if you did your homework, you've been analyzing your answers to the question, who am I or who are you? And that also made you think about your self worth. So today we're going to talk about self worth. Self worth, ladies, men, children, anybody. Anybody feeling that um, they're not worth anything, then it starts with you loving yourself. So, if you do not love yourself, you are the type of person who always seeks validation, needs to be accepted, um, needs to be a part of everything that's going on currently. Just a need to be popular, just all of the things that um, go along with that. If you're that type of person, if you're trying to fit in, doing anything, being a part of a crowd, um, acting out in a certain way, using alcohol and drugs. I'm sorry, I can't even talk right now, but using alcohol and drugs, to 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 fit in, to feel wanted and to be a part of something. Um, and you're doing that, and it's not truly what it is that you um, need to be doing or should be doing, and you still don't feel fulfilled after doing all that. And this can come in the form of being a part of a gang, um, different societies, all that type of stuff. You're a person that is um, looking for some type of way to have a self worth, looking to fill a void. And I know everybody has some type of void that they need filled in their lives, no matter where it came from, how it was created. Um, Everybody goes through that. Um, and self worth is loving the way you look, just loving who God created, loving your personality, loving just everything about yourself. You might not love everything about yourself, but you can learn to accept. And then once you do accept, you will love. Because for one, um, I don't want nobody telling me they love me and they don't accept me for who I am. And that's an all around acceptance. If people are telling you they love you, please go by actions. Words don't mean a thing if you don't put actions to them. And that's something that I definitely live by. So, if people are telling you they love you, they need to show you that they love you. And that's another part of self worth. No, somebody can't tell you that they feel a certain way about you and you're this way because you're this way and you're that way, because your body looks this way, because you act this way, because of the way you wear your hair and stuff like that. Those are just things to be admired about you. These are not the things that make you. These are things that can be admired about you. Um, so, um, action definitely speak louder than words when it comes to that. And don't be fooled by the actions, because women, men can say that they love you, but want you to prove over and over and over and over again yourself to them in order for them to say, okay, if you do this, then, you know, we can be together, or this is to determine how much we can do together, and this determine my feelings towards you. And that is definitely unacceptable. But that happens in this world. Um, that is the beginnings of prostitutes and drug users and things like that. It's just all these things are tied up into one. So, first of all, if you're lost in this area, I think that you should definitely go into prayer about that, because God is the only one that can help you find who you are if you're seeking to find who you are and determine your self worth. Now, on the other hand, if you're a person that don't think you're worth anything, um, you do any and everything because you don't feel like you're worth it in the beginning, um, then that's another reason why I would recommend you going deep into prayer every day, every chance that you get, and surround yourself around people that are positive and self-loving and are willing to accept you for who you are. If you're around somebody that don't accept you for who you are, then that's the person that you need to disconnect yourself from. Um, Personally, I have been through that. I'm still going through that. A person telling you that you're not this, you're not attractive. I had people to tell me I'm not attractive. Um, I'm this, I'm fat, stuff like that. Just all kind of stuff. People would say any and everything, they can to take you down. And most of the times, those be the people who don't know their self worth. So don't listen to a person that's got a lot of negative things to say to you. Women, the men that say men don't want you, you're not my type, you'll never be my type, nobody wants you, stuff like that. Don't listen to that, because that is not true. In actuality, they feel like nobody wants them, and um, they're not attracted to themselves. And sometimes that self worth, not knowing your self worth, can be a product of you simply not being where you want to be in life currently, or don't know where your life is going, can't see where your life is going. You're stuck um, in a certain spot in your life, and all of that is just the miseries of those people, and they're miserable and they want you to feel that same thing that they're going through. So they're going to do everything in their power to tell you you're not this, you're not that, you don't deserve this, you don't deserve that, all kind of stuff, and call you out your name, and just be flat out downright no good, steal from you, whatever they feel like they can do to bring you down. Because most of the times people, that they feel like that, they feel miserable. They don't want you to get ahead of them. They don't seriously don't want to see you happy. So the self worth starts with you. Um, and like I said in the video last night, if you didn't come from a household that you had a parents in the house that were constantly uplifting you from the time that you were small up until your teenage and young adulthood, that's currently, I mean, just constantly reassuring you that you are somebody, and you are this, and you are that, and you are love. And love yourself even if nobody else loves you. Love yourself and remember that God loves you. So, that is very vital. That is so vital in people's lives, and not only children. There are some adults that don't know their self worth because they didn't get that. They didn't get all of that. So what it does is um, it takes a child that don't feel accepted, you know, um, to grow up to be an adult that doesn't feel accepted and doesn't know their self worth and doesn't love themselves. So, if you can, if you got kids, I'm telling you right now, don't fail to do this for those kids, because they have to grow up and they have to become adults, and they'll become adults that don't love themselves and don't know their self-worth, and out here looking for it in all different kind of ways. Trust me, I see and I know people that suffer from this. um I'm a product of not having that love that I needed at home, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not ashamed to say that I didn't have what I needed at home. But the a parent's definition of love and support and raising could be very different from that child who's in need of something that they are never getting, because the parent are only going by what they feel is right for their children and not asking their children, how is it going, how are you feeling, talk to me and tell me how you feel, instead of just saying, I did this, I did that, you have clothes, you have shoes, you have a place to stay. I mean, what more do you need? But in actuality, these children need love. They need you to be there for them. They need you to hug them and kiss them and tell them that I'll always be here for you until I can't be here for you no more. That way they won't go out looking for somebody to be there for them and end up being with somebody that doesn't want to love them the way that your parents or somebody who truly will love you, and they get the short end of the stick, and they go through so much because they just didn't have the parents that wanted to take the time to do this for them. And again, sometimes parents don't know how to do it, and a child can beg and beg and beg and beg forever, it seems, for your love, for your attention. It's really all that we want from our parents. And when we don't get that, we don't learn our self-worth. That's where it starts. We don't love ourselves because we feel like our parents didn't love us. And I'm just gonna be real and I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say what nobody else wants to say, what people are ashamed to say, because in this world that we live in, everybody wants to be perfect for some reason. Everybody wants to be perfect, and they want everybody to think that their life is perfect, that they don't have a care in the world. But it is not true. It is not true. I'm here to tell you that today. It is not true. I will share my life and I will share my experience to show you that it is not true. I don't have a child. I've never been married or anything like that. But I will tell you that I have seen so many people make mistakes that I wouldn't want to ever um, make the mistakes that they have made, especially when it comes to children, because you cannot just only work. and put food on the table and say you're a parent. It's not it. It doesn't stop right there. So being a parent, it's a whole lot that comes with it. And I love kids. I love children. Someday I wish to be a wife, and I wish to be somebody's mother, somebody's grandmother. Um, but I just thank God, even though I wasn't so happy when I was going through the things that I was going through, but I just thank the Lord so much that He was the one that, I was the one that He used to go through these trials and tribulations in my life to make me the person that I am today. Because Lord knows, only He knows where I would have been. I would have been somewhere probably cracked out and, out of my mind and mad at the world, doing all kind of stuff to get back. Um, it whoever hurt me, because I've been hurt a whole lot in my life, and it's like the hurt only continues because when God built me, He built me with a heart. Even though He knew that I was going to go through the things that I was going to go through, He gave it to me because He knew that I was able to handle it. And that's another thing that I want to say to everybody. God don't give you anything that He feel like you can't handle all the way to the end. So if you're going through a tough time, you got a whole lot going on, and it seems like when it rains, it pours. It's doing only what God said that He wanted to do. That everything that He wanted to happen to you, because He knew that giving it to you that you would come out victorious at the end. So all you have to do is just stick it out. Only the strong survive, and that is true. Only the strong survive. And if He feel like you wasn't strong enough to take on the things that He had planned out for your life, He wouldn't have gave them to you. So I say again, as a person who knows my self-worth, I do. I know my self-worth. I didn't always know my self-worth. It took some years to learn because I didn't have that. I didn't have people to, at home. I didn't come from a two-parent home. So that was already something in itself. I didn't have a mother wrapping her arms around me telling me I love you, and I'll always be here for you. Whatever you need, you can talk to me about anything. I never had that. And it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have a father to tell me that. Both of my parents are still alive. My mother and my dad is still alive. I wouldn't mistreat them for nothing in the world because of what I've had to go through and endure. But I do let them know that no matter how old that you get, you still do need your parents. You need them. And I feel like if they're here, they need to be available. They don't have to do everything, but they do just at least try to um, come to your aid if they can. Just anything, because any little bitty thing counts. And a child dies, and that's a child or a grown up. I mean, to your mother and your father, you probably always be a child anyway. But start building up your children and just anybody that you come in contact with. Build up their self worth if you see that they're lacking in that area. Build it up. Self worth is so important. And me, I know that I am beautiful, that God loves me. I am smart, caring, and kind, and willing to help um, where my help is needed. I'm still, um, no matter what happened, I still had a chance to figure out who I was, because regardless of what I went through, nothing took that away from me. And that's the best thing in the world to me, is that out of all the things that I have endured, they did not strip me of the things that I am and what makes up my self-worth. So um, today was very awesome, and I can go all day. It's so many things that I can say because I have so many things in my head, so many experiences. It's just, like I said, I can write a book or two or three on my life, and I just want to offer some good advice to anybody who's watching and who wants it. If you don't want it, you know, maybe you're not ready in life to accept your destiny and just stand up and be the person that God created you to be. Just stand up and take it. If you're tired of going through everything, you're tired of getting it wrong, you're tired of wondering why me, what if, I can't get this right, who am I? Go pray. I There ain't nothing else. I can't make it any more simpler than that. Go pray. When you go pray, everything will start to fall into place. Now you have to clean up yourself as a person. You have to truly make the effort. Because if you don't make the effort, then you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. So you can't be the person that's still talking about everybody and still making fun of people and still downing people and robbing and stealing and killing and lying. You can't be that person. You have to completely change and be open and willing to accept what it is that God has for you. You're going to have to do this. All this stuff is going to have to work together. You can't just get on your knees and pray and then go back to being the same way that you were. Now, if you got some mental issues going on, then prayer is the best option because you're going to really, really, really have to work. You're going to really have to work. And God will put people in your life that can help you in that area. God will put people in your life. You just have to be smart enough to recognize who those people are. And everybody is not out to get you, believe it or not. The devil is out to get you, that's for sure. But everybody is not out to get you. So don't mess up and just push your angel away or push your blessing away when indeed they have come to assist you in what you need. God has people working for him too. And I feel like God has chosen me. He chose me a long time ago. He chose me a long time ago when I was a child. When I was 8 years old, when I first started going through everything I was going through, God chose me. And I'm not going to say that I have been obedient all the time because I know that God chose me for a huge reason. And for some years I have been running, but I won't do it anymore. People want you to keep your mouth closed. They want you to shut up and not say anything, and that way you never get any relief from what you're going through. Don't be quiet. Speak your truth. Speak your truth, but don't be rude about it. Speak your truth. Don't ever speak any people's names that are involved. Now that I feel like is too much, but you can always speak in reference, but don't give the name. But everything that you go through is helping your self worth, especially if you've been through a whole lot. And like I said, I mean, I'm only 33 years old and I have been through a lot, still going through a lot. It's raining and pouring on my life still. But God is just only preparing me because all my success has been prolonged because I wouldn't answer to God's call when He called me. So I have to do what I have to do to get all that together. Mm. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know how anybody can look at, you know, a person and call them names. I mean, I understand just call them names and be okay with it. And it is definitely not okay. And if you encounter a person like that, pray good prayers for them. Don't just pray anything and don't wish bad things on them. Pray good prayers for them. Um, because it will look real good in God's eyes for you to pray a good prayer for a person who said something bad about you, and didn't want you to be happy. So that's some good points with him. I think stuff like that counts. I know people that do that, they're going through something, and even though people can be really mean, um, really nasty, I still see them as people. And that's one of the things God did bless me with. Bless me with my heart. And I know that there are people underneath all the nastiness and all the things that they're doing. They're still people. Um, and there are people that need help. They need help in some way. They need help. So, I just never look over the fact that, they're people. They might not be very nice people, but they're people. They're going through stuff. So, yeah, them lip glosses popping. That lip gloss is cool. Lip gloss is cool. You can't get on here with dry lips. You cannot do that. But anyway, anyway, you gonna never see me with no dry lips. Okay. My hair may not be calm right now, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm getting over sickness right now. So please do forgive me. And I love you. But yeah, I'm silly, y'all. But anyway, yeah, I just had to get on here today for Self Worth Saturday and let's talk about getting that self worth up. If you're suffering um, in that area, knowing what your self worth is, get away from everything that you thought made you feel good or lifted you up, and you know that it's not what you're supposed to be doing. Self worth and self confidence is pretty much the same thing. If you're doing things to bring up your self confidence that is pretty much degrading, then like half dressing, um, stripping, I'm not coming for nobody. I'm not coming for nobody when I say this, but if you are doing these things only because you feel like it builds up your confidence and it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ups your self uh, worth, it doesn't. It doesn't because at the end of the day, um, you're gonna have to find something else to do because for one, you get older, and then things change about you. So you can't. I mean, now what's next? You know what I'm saying? So and don't be so judgmental towards people too, because sometimes people will judge you for the things that you do, but sometimes you're doing things and you're just trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You're just trying to figure it out, and I do understand that. I've been a person, doing things, just trying to figure it out. And if that doesn't get it, then maybe it was that one thing in the back of your mind the whole time that was a good choice for you to do, but you just didn't want to do it. You just didn't want to do it because you wanted to do it your way and you wanted to be bad, as they say. And not just do things the correct way. I'm telling you, if you hear God's voice, adhere to it. If you hear Him, adhere to Him. It's gonna only just make everything flow perfectly for you. It's that point when we choose not to go with what we're really needing to do is that our blessings are prolonged, our future things are prolonged. And y'all know we black folks, we go through a whole lot. Other people do too. I'm not gonna say it's just black folks, but us, it seems like things hit us the hardest. And when we take a loss, we truly take a loss. Take a lot of years to get back rolling. Being a celebrity and all that type of stuff, and um, it's not the answer all the time because at the end of the day, they're humans just like us. You have celebrities that have everything in the world they could ever want, but they use drugs, you know what I'm saying? Because they can't escape what's in their minds. They're not using the right um, method to deal with their problems. When instead of just getting down on their knees and praying and letting God into their lives, because celebrities, they give up so much of themselves that guess what? They don't even know who they are anymore. They're just trying to be the person that everybody wants to see on TV. They want to be the idol that everybody looks up to, and in the process they lose themselves. So that's not a good thing to kind of go after either, trying to be like the people you see on TV and all that type of stuff. It's just when you try to be like the people on TV, there's no uniqueness in the world. There's no unique people everybody look the same. You don't want everything to look the same. Everybody doing the same things. Um, to me, that is so boring. I think it's so much better when you um do what it is that you do. Um, if you're creative, be creative. Be the beautiful person that you are, and people just gonna have to accept it. I like those in your face kind of people saying this is what you get. You either want it or you don't. And that's me. I'm an all or nothing type of person. So if because I know what I bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? I know what I bring to the table. I know what I'm worth. So this is it's all or nothing for me. Like, you know, you either want to do it or you don't. It's simple. You want to do it or you don't. So when you work on that self worth and you start loving yourself for you, stop looking for people to praise you all the time for everything you do. Stop it. Don't look for that. Stop doing it. But sometimes people can just say what it is that you want to hear just to make you feel better and not even mean what they're saying. It might not even be the truth. So, I don't need nobody just all up in my face, just lying to me just because it sounds good. Sometimes that's what people want to hear. They want to hear the lie because they want to believe what people are saying about them. And it just a very well might not be true. So, um, if I say if you're gonna lift the person up, be for real about it. And I'm just probably like most of the most honest people you will ever run into. I'm very blunt. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I can trim it down a little bit for you so it won't be so cruel. If it is cruel, I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm really just trying to help. And people don't even want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth all the time. But I mean, it's my job to give it to you real and give it to you raw, just like I'm doing right now. Um, just be accepted. Once you be accepted, man, accepting your truth is the best thing in the world. It might not feel good right then, but once you know that it's the right thing you could have done for yourself, oh, it get better. It takes no time to get better because then you're gonna be in this feeling yourself mode, like this is me. What's up? You know what I'm saying? If you don't like me, keep it moving. Like I say, keep it moving. If you don't like what I'm doing, you don't like my vibe, keep it moving. Cause I'm not finna change it. Now, if I feel like if there's something I need to change about me and it's really truly bothering me, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work on it. But I'm not gonna have people saying that I'm a way that I'm not and saying that I'm doing this and I'm doing that and it's not true. A lot of times people try to turn stuff on you. They'll say that the way they are, you're like that because they expect people to be mean and be hateful and think the thoughts that they think, especially if they're not thinking good thoughts. But it's hard for a person, especially a person that's miserable, to see a person that who is genuine, who is a good person, and who's not bitter all the time. And it's just weird for them to be around a person that wants to love them and be loving towards them and not judge them and accept them for who they are. It's twisted, it's crazy, it's really stupid, but that's how the world is. That's how the world is. The way that a person should be, if somebody approaches a person like that, they're gonna say, "What are you up to? What you trying to do?" Crazy stuff. Because they have never had that. They have not had that in their lives, so it's something that is not familiar to them. But like I said, when you work on that self worth, you know how much you're worth. That's when how you gonna feel loving. All the good stuff gonna start rolling in for you. You gonna be feeling ways and displaying emotions and feelings that you never even knew that was inside of you. That is something that people are missing. No, you're not a mean and nasty person. It's just those are the ways that you would display the most, and you have accepted that. Don't accept that. Don't accept that. Explore you and find out what is it. Is there's some more to you. Just find out what the rest of it is. There's some good in you. You just have to explore and really reach deep down into yourself and look for these other things that you have not been seeing for years and years and years on end. There may be people that you have been around that has been bringing out this one thing in you, and you feel like that is you. But if you be around somebody and it make you display different type of feelings, and those are feelings that are good, then that's great. That is growth. That is somebody that has helped you, and that's something to be very accepting of. You don't push that away. You accept it. So if you're working on personal growth, those are some good signs to look for. Um, but like I said, loving yourself is so, 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 so vital to the world we live in right now, because there's so many people that don't love themselves. That's why all the suicide comes in, and that's just it's sad to say, but it's a normal thought. If you're not doing as well as you feel like you should do, you're not where you should be. Sometimes people don't feel like they don't even want to be on this earth no more. I've had those feelings before. That's a normal thing. If somebody tell you they've never thought that, they lying. They are lying. Don't believe them. If somebody said they have never thought about committing suicide or leaving this earth and didn't want to be on this earth for some reason, whatever reason that may be, they are not telling the truth to you. They're not. So I'm not saying that it's a good thought, but when it gets that bad, that's when you know you have to work that much harder um, to do what it is that you need to do and become the person that you are meant to be. Don't just be out here being a monster because that you think that's fun and that's cool, or being the bad guy is fun and cool and it gives you a rush, and that's just something that you like to do. It's not you. It's not why we was put here anyway. So it's not you. So I don't understand why you spend so much time in your life making that be you, make making that as a person for you, that like that's you, that's not you. I know it's not you. God didn't make us to be like that. So if you've wasted so many years of your life tuning into that mess, that type of stuff like that, I'm sorry you did that, and I'm praying for you to turn that around, for your life to be turned around, and I pray for everybody. I don't know everybody in the world, but I pray for everybody, everything that has breath. I pray for everything that has breath, and I am determined to uh, bring people together. I'm determined to bring people together. I'm determined to have people loving themselves and loving their family, and just doing everything right that's supposed to be done right. And man, I know I can't do it by myself, and there's gonna need to be others that's doing the same thing. But that's what one of the things God has called me to do when I'm here. I'm here. As the resources pick up, I'll be doing more things. But for now, I'm lending my time. I'm lending my time 7 days a week. I'm gonna post a video every day. So if you want to keep on watching me, you want to keep on learning, you want to learn things about me, and you want to learn the steps on how to get through milestones in your life. We got people 40 years old still suffering from things that happen from them, and they can't get through simple milestones in their life because they got things bothering them. 40 and 50-year-old people have been through things that happened to them. They have not opened their mouth and told a soul. I don't believe in things going to the grave, especially when people have done things to you and you've carried that hurt all of your life. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in letting that person go free. I don't. Because they can very well, you can very well encounter that person and not even know that what hurt they have done to someone, and you be a victim of that from that person. So I don't believe in letting anybody go free. If you're tough enough to think that you can down talk a person or hurt a person and physically do things to people and get away with it, no. If I know who you are, I'll make it known, um, because it's not right. It's not right because think of the people that have hurt you and nobody knows, and you let them go free. They didn't feel good to you. So self-worth is everything. I'm gonna get off here, y'all. I have enjoyed this This is what I love. And I'll be back tomorrow for Sunday testimony. I love you guys. Mwah.